Hi everyone, I have no idea where my intro for this update went, so I am here filming it again. I do want to let you know that I filmed this on June 27th, and so it's just been taking me a while to get everything edited and uploaded, so I'm sorry for that. But anyways, thank you for being here and just keep on watching. So for the month of June, we did do a lot of progress. I do want to start with my ColourPop lippy sticks, of course. So the first one is Topanga. It is a satin finish, and I did use this 10 times, and I will be rolling this out. I will also be decluttering this because it is getting really old and crumbly, and there's little beads in it now. Yeah, I don't know if you can tell, but it's not good anymore, and I don't want to keep this in my collection if it's gone bad. So I did try this out 10 times to see if I like the color. I do really like the color. I think it's a really nice pink shade to put in the center, especially when I'm wearing a darker lip and I want to brighten up the center of my lips a little bit. And it does complement a lot of the lip colors that I've been wearing. The next lippy stick that is also going to be rolling out is Bichette. This is a matte formula. I have used this 10 times as well. I have used this kind of like a darker shade on like the outer corners of my lips to really shape my lips. This is Topanga and this is Bichette. As you can tell, it's a really nice pinky color. I really like this. It's not concealer at me. It actually really complements my lips. So I'm sad to declutter that, but Bichette is still performing really well, so I am going to keep this in my collection. It is a berry tone, so I don't think I'll be reaching for this until the fall and winter time again, but I am just glad I'm able to get 10 uses out of this and know that it's still good, it's still performing well, and I can keep this in my collection. Next is my Bare Minerals bronzer. This is in Kiss of Rose, and I have also used this 10 times. I could have used this a little bit more than 10 times, honestly, in the month of June, but I do have other blushes that I did want to reach for during the month, so when I did hit 10 uses, I kind of just left it on my everyday vanity, and if I reach for it, I reach for it. If I didn't, then it's still 10 uses. I do really like the color. I'm glad I'm able to kind of play around with it a little bit more. I've had used this a couple of times on days where I just put this on and I don't put a blush and a bronzer on or even a highlight. And it does work really well as like kind of like a 3-in-1 product. I've also used this a little bit as like a blush topper when I want a little bit more of a darker blush on the cheeks. And so it is really beautiful for this as well. So I am glad to have this in my collection. I do treat this more like a blush than anything else. So this is considered a blush in my eyes and in my makeup collection. We'll see if I do gravitate towards that kind of product more in the future or not. Alright, and now I'm going to talk about my Ofra highlighter in Rodeo Drive or Rodeo Drive. I know people pronounce it a little bit differently. It's this highlight right here in this face palette, and I have gone into this 12 times. So 2 extra uses past the 10 uses that is required in this project. And I do gotta say, I do really like the highlighter. It's a golden highlight. It's very beautiful. I do like this where I can use it as like a little bit of a topper on the cheeks to really look very glowy from within, or I can build and make it look very intense. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. My swatches are terrible, I know, but it is a really beautiful goldeny, has a little bit of silver sheen to it. It complements whatever makeup look I have, and so it is a highlighter that I have reached for, whether it's what I'm wearing today or a more dramatic eye look. Let me just swatch this bronzer for you as well so that you can see the shade of this as well. Okay, this is how the Kiss of Rose looks like. As you can tell, it's just the perfect kind of coppery, pinky bronzer for the cheeks. It also has a little bit of sheen, so it looks like it's kind of like it has like a built-in highlight with it as well. Another product that I have used 12 times is my Basic Beauty Lip Pencil in Latte. And I've had used this a lot to the point where I had to sharpen this at least 2 times because I use this not just to line the lips, but I use it to kind of fill in the lips as well, almost like kind of like a lipstick, especially if I just want this color on the lips and nothing else. So I've had used this a little bit more than anticipated, which is really good. I feel like this color is going to be a really nice, versatile, all year round color. So I will continue to use this up. It adds the perfect kind of pinkiness and brownness to the lips, and I do pair this with other lip products as well. So sometimes when a lip color is a little bit too pink or too berry-esque, then I use this lip liner to kind of bring it back to more of like a nudie neutral lip look, and so it actually works really well. It is not too dark, so it doesn't look like I have like chocolate lips or anything like that. I will continue to use this whenever I need to reach for a lip liner that is just brown and pink enough to either go full glam with or natural. So my Wander Beauty Sweet Escape eyeshadow palette, this was rolled in the month of May, and I've had used this and reached the 10 uses goal. I've used it 9 times in the month of June. So with the 2 uses in May and then the 9 uses in June, we've hit 11 uses. And I didn't do 11 uses each shade, of course. It's just 11 uses each time I reach for this palette. And some of these shades I have reached a little bit more than others. So the shades that I've had used a lot and reached for the most is Vacation Mode, which is this brownie shade right here. I've also used On Holiday and Carry On. These are the top 3 shades in this palette that I've reached for a lot, and that's how I was able to reach my goal of 10 uses. These purple shades, I do wear them whenever I feel like I want to wear a purple eye look, but these are a little bit more cooler tones. So I do have to pair some of these shades a little bit with other palettes. I'm glad I'm able to finally be done using this because I just noticed that I do have a lot of purple eyeshadows that I am working through right now, and so I wanted to make it a goal to reach for this but not necessarily create purple looks only. So I've learned to use this a little bit more when it comes to natural makeup looking days. Alrighty, and so my Farrah Gel eyeliner, this is in Burnt Purple. I've only used this 3 times. And I honestly thought I was gonna get more use out of this because I have been doing a lot of purple looks, but I was unfortunately only able to use it 3 times. I think it's because I've been trying to work through my brown and black gel liners as well, so sometimes this will get lost in my little container. I will be using this more in the summertime. I do have more purple and pink looks that I want to play with a little bit more this summer as well. So this would be a really nice gel liner to pair with that. So another product that is not going to be rolling out just yet is my dry shampoo. I've used this 6 additional times in the month of June. And so with the combination of the 2 uses in May, we have 8 uses. I am going to keep this in the project for 1 more month because I know in July, I am going to be using this dry shampoo at least 2 or 3 more times because I have a really busy schedule in the month of July. Alright, so last month we rolled in my ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Frog. And I love this shade so much. It is the perfect pop of color to any eye look. I don't know if the camera is going to do it justice and capture just how amazing this shadow is, but it has kind of like a pink base, but you can't really see it on the lids, and then it has so many colors of glitters in it. I can see blue, pink, green, some silver, gold, maybe even some purple. It is the perfect eyeshadow topper. if you want to add a little bit of color to whatever you are wearing on the eyes. There are days where I wear makeup and I'm like, it's just missing something. It's missing some color. And I would put this either in the inner corner, on the lower lash line, or just to top off my eye look, and it brings the eye look to life. I really love this shade. I am so glad I'm able to grab a shade like this. I think I might even like this better than my Lady Bird shade or my Dream Mud shade that I tried in the past couple of months as well. And the last product, this one unfortunately is going to be staying in for another month, and this is my About Face foundation. This is their skin focused, what is it? The Performer Skin Focused Foundation in LM2 Neutral. I've used this 7 times in the month of June. I could have gotten 3 more uses, but I wanted to play around with my foundation that is in my project pan. And plus, I also have other complexion products in my collection that are fairly new, and I wanted to play around with it too. So 7 uses, I have 3 more uses. I think I can do that in July for sure. I don't want to use this foundation all up because currently it is my go-to and favorite foundation. So I don't want to pan this too quickly because I did just purchase this a couple months ago. Anyways, let's jump into our roll-ins. And our roll-ins are obviously going to be our lippy sticks. And the first one I'm going to talk about is Love Life. This is a matte finish. It almost is kind of like, it's very matte. It's not like Bichette where it kind of has a little bit of a glow to it, like a gloss to it. It's actually very matte. So Love Life, this is how it looks like. It's kind of like a brick red. Has a little bit of brown to it. This is going to be really fun to really play with. And it's also going to be very different because I've been playing with a lot of berry colors. So this color is going to be amazing to really get to know. The next one is Cami. This is also a matte formula. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is also a very matte formula as well. And this is how it looks like. It's kind of like a mauvey pink. Also can be used as a nude lip color. I'm sorry if you can see the bumps on my hands. It's either eczema or a bug bite. But I've been trying to get rid of it for the past couple of days and it's just not going anywhere. So I'm sorry if it's disturbing. But anyways, this is Cami, and then this is Love Life. And I'm really glad that I have 2 very different shades to play with. I'm glad to be able to have this rolled in for the month of July, and we'll see if we can get 10 uses out of these. So I have the original packaging for this next product and also the new packaging for it. And I'll explain a little bit. But what I'm going to be rolling in is my Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand in a light. This is the original packaging, but the actual wand, like the applicator, actually broke off, so I had to actually scoop all of the product out. I did depot it into one of my Laneige water sleeping masks that I used up. So it looks like this. I'm hoping to be able to get 10 uses out of this. I think it will be pretty easy because I do like using this alongside some concealer to really brighten up my T-zone, especially on the under eyes. And it's a really natural glow product. So I feel like I will be able to get 10 uses out of this. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but I did swatch it right here. It has just the perfect healthy sheen glow highlight that I can mix in with my complexion products, or I can even wear this as a liquid highlighter, which I have done in the past. So I am going to enter this into the project because not only did I have to depot it out of its original packaging, but I feel like I've had this product in my collection for about a year and a half now. And now that I have depotted it and it has been exposed to a lot of air, I do want to get through this product so that way I don't waste it. And I thought this project would be a really good opportunity to just put it in a project, and I'll decide in the future if I want to put it in a long-term project. So of course, my last update, I did say that I am going to continue to roll in one ColourPop Super Shock Shadow, just like how I do with my lippy sticks. So I did do a random generator, and it looks like 3rd Street is rolled in. This is a ultra glitter shadow as well, and it has a really nice finish to it. It's pink and gold. So this is how 3rd Street looks like. I don't know if this lighting is doing it any justice, but as you can tell, there's a little bit of pinkness to it. There's gold into it. There's gold in it. And I could see a little bit of silver flecks, I think, too. So this one is gonna be a really, really nice eyeshadow topper as well. I think this one would be really great when I do a lot of Asian inspired eye makeup looks where I need a little bit of glow to open up the eyes a little bit. All right, and then the next roll-in is my Anastasia Beverly Hills blush stick. I don't know why I'm saying liquid. This is in Pink Dahlia. I've had this blush stick for a little while now, I feel like. I think it's been about a year. This is also my first blush stick I've ever tried. This is how it looks like. It's a very nice pink blush. It's such a beautiful creamy blush. I could put this on as like the first layer of blush, and then I could put something just as similar as the shade or different, and the blush just sits perfectly on the cream blush. So I really, really like this. I want to get more uses out of it. I do know that cream and liquid products tend to go bad a lot faster, so I want to get more uses out of my creams and liquids. And I also need a break from my blushes that are in my project pans. And so that's why I'm rolling this one in, so that I have kind of a little bit of a breather where I can reach for a blush product, but not necessarily one that is in my project pan right now. So I am going to be rolling in another Ofra highlighter in the Bienvenidos Miami. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. And I am going to roll in Magic City, which is this highlight right here. I chose this one because the Rodeo Drive is more golden, and this one looks like it's a little bit more pearly, more silver. So this is how Magic City looks like. Again, it's a little bit of a lighter highlight. I want to be able to get to know more of my Ofra highlights, or even just cheek products in general, to see if I like them enough to keep them in my collection, because not going to lie, this palette has been in my collection for so long and it hasn't been touched ever since I added it to my collection, honestly. So I want to give it some love to see if I like the formula enough to pan these or declutter it. Last but not least, I am rolling in a bronzer. This is my Ciate Bamboo Bronzer in Palm Island, and this is how it looks like. It's very similar to my e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer. I feel like maybe it's a little bit lighter than that bronzer. You can still see the embossing, like the stars and everything in the container. Not container, in the product. I feel like this is a lighter bronzer that I could use in the wintertime, but I think it's also going to be appropriate in the summertime as well. It's a very light brown. I think it would be a really good powder bronzer to put on, especially when I go in with creams and liquid bronzers. Yeah, so I am going to be rolling in this bronzer with the hopes of getting 10 uses. I think it's going to be fairly easy in the month of July. And this will also go very well with my Project Pan bronzer, which is a little bit darker. All right, that is all for my Project 10 uses update. Thank you so much for being here and just listening to me talk about makeup. I don't really have a lot of people where I can kind of geek around when it comes to makeup. So thank you for just being here. If you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below on what you would like to see next. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye!